Good morning, students. Hope you are all safe at home, children. Stay home and stay safe. Fourth lesson, the clever courtier. The moral value for this lesson is self-discipline, inculcating the habit of saving. So, as we have seen in the previous lessons, first lesson awareness, we saw the moral value as respect for the environment. Second lesson, a bouquet of love. The moral value was universal love, reverence for old age, and respect for the environment. Third lesson, helping hands. Moral value was human animal relationship, overcoming challenges. So, in this lesson, we are going to see clever courtier. The moral value is self discipline, inculcating the habit of saving. The characters involved in this lesson are King, the courtiers of the kingdom, the clever Sasa. He was so clever that he wanted to teach a lesson to his king. The king was always playing games and he was losing moderate grants of land and money. So whenever he loses a game, he will give some money or land to the people who he has lost the game. So Sasa was very much worried about his king and the kingdom. So he wanted to teach a lesson to his king. So what he did was he invented a game similar to chess and presented to the king. The king was very much happy seeing the game and he started whatever you ask for a reward, it will be granted immediately. So the clever courtier Sasa, he asked for the grains. What he did was he cleverly asked, for the first square of my board, you can give me a grain of rice, and for the next two, like that, he multiplied one square of the board, chessboard, with the grain of rice. So, when we say that it is only small amount of grains, but he wanted to teach a lesson to the king that how other courtiers have been pleasing and emptying the treasury and ruining the kingdom. So Sasa wanted to teach the king that how much money or land he is losing by playing a game. Let's go into the lesson. Once upon a time, there was a king who was more fond of playing dice than governing his kingdom. He spent almost all his time playing the game. Whenever he lost, his courtiers requested him for moderate grants of land or money. The king happily granted these requests, thinking that he was not losing much. A loyal courtier named Sasa became worried. He felt something had to be done. So, he invented a game similar to chess and presented it to the king. The king was very happy. He said, "Ask for any reward you like, you shall get it immediately." "Your Majesty," Sasa replied, "please give me a grain of rice for the first square on my board, 2 for the next, 4 for the third, 16 for the fourth, 256 for the fifth, and so on, up to the 64th square. Each succeeding square on the board fetching the square of the number of grains in the preceding square." "That's nothing," the king said. "Your Majesty," Sasa replied, bowing his head, "I want nothing more." The king asked his prime minister to give Sasa the number of grains he had asked for. The prime minister came back the next day and said, "We cannot give Sasa what he has asked for." "What?" The king exclaimed, "Don't our granaries have even that much grain?" Your Majesty, the Prime Minister replied, "Even though it seems to be a small quantity, it is a tremendous amount. It will weigh as much as the Himalayas and cost us at least 50 million rupees." The Prime Minister convinced the king that he had calculated the amount correctly. The king sent for Sasa. "What shall I do now?" he asked. "I don't have the amount of grain you have asked for." "Your Majesty," Sasa replied, "I withdraw my request. I made it only to show you how seemingly small demands can add up to a huge figure. Your flattering courtiers have been fleecing you, emptying the treasury and ruining the kingdom." The king was very pleased with Sasa. He drove out the greedy courtiers and made Sasa the prime minister. Sasa helped the king rule the kingdom efficiently. So Sasa taught a lesson to the king that how much money he was wasting by playing game. So the king was very much happy with the Sasa's plan and he made him as a prime minister. So that Sasa helped the king to rule the kingdom efficiently. So in this way, the clever courtier Sasa helped the king to rule the kingdom efficiently by not playing game and wasting time and money and land for the kingdom. So he was so clever that he taught a lesson to the king. Next, let's answer. Take the correct answer. The courtiers of the king, option A, wanted the kingdom to prosper. Option B, were out to fleece the king. Option C, did not like Sasa. Option D, liked Sasa very much. So the answer will be option B, were out to fleece the king. Second one, Sasa invented a new game to option A, make the king realize his mistake. Option B, keep the king busy. Option C, entertain the king. Option D, earn money. So the answer is option A, make the king realize his mistake. Answer these questions. So these question answers will be sent in PDF form. Right. Next, let's think about it. What will you do in these situations? Take any one. Your parents decide to give you 300 rupees every month as pocket money. You will, option A, spend it all on things you like. Option B, spend a major portion of it and save a little. Option C, save it all. Option D, spend a little on essential things and save the rest. So what you will do if you get a pocket money? You should spend a little on essential things and save the rest. So option D is the answer. Second one, your father asks you to accompany him to the nearby bank to open a savings bank account in your name. You will, option A, be excited as you will be able to learn basic banking transactions. Option B, refuse as you are hardly able to save anything. Option C, go with him half-heartedly. Option D, resist going to the bank for as long as you can. So the option A is the answer. Be excited as you will be able to learn basic banking transactions. Third one, you see a partially open tap in school. Water is trickling from it. You will, option A, immediately report it to the school authorities. Option B, ignore it thinking that it is not your responsibility. Option C, close the tap. Option D, ask someone to fetch a plumber. So what is the first thing you should do? You should close the tap. So option C is the answer. Next, we must make a conscious effort to save our precious resources. Write what you can do to save the following. So here they have given 4 options like water, electricity, fuel and paper. So you can write in points that how you save it. So first one will be water. So you can reduce the consumption of water. The other thing will be avoid shower and close the tap when it is not in use. Second one will be electricity. So how you can save it? So whenever it is not in use, you can switch it off and reduce using air conditioners. So in that way you can save electricity. Third one will be fuel. So use only when needed. So you can switch off bike when standing in the signals and when not in use. In that way you can save some fuel. Next is paper. So you should use it carefully. Avoid tearing and wasting it, so that you can save some paper. Next, let's do and learn. Little things make a big difference. Write 3 things that you can do to help your family save money. So you can do this as an activity whenever you are free, that you can write 3 points how you can save money. So one thing is using of your pocket money, as you have seen previously. So spend it on only essential things and save money so that you can help your family. Next, you can just mark it in the textbook. They have given how you can. In finance, there is a term called compounding. It means that your principal amount earns interest and that interest earns further interest and so on. Look at the following table. So in page number 21 you can see this. You can just mark it in the textbook. So your monthly savings is rupees 100 and interest rate is 10%. So total money invested and total maturity amount. There are 2 tabular columns. So after 10 years how much you get? 12,000 and maturity amount will be 20,000. So these are some examples how you can save money. So like that they have given for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years and 50 years. So the more time that you allow your money to grow, the more you will have. Start saving and investing. Start small and get into the habit of saving and investing. So mental maths. Now calculate the following and tick the correct answer. The interest rate is 10%. So first one will be approximately how much money will you have after 20 years if you save and invest rupees 200 every month for the next 20 years. So the answer will be option A, rupees 1.45 lakh. Second one, approximately how much money will you have after 30 years if you save and invest rupees 300 every month for the next 20 years? For the next 30 years. So the answer will be option C, rupees 6.25 lakh. Third one, what will be the total invested amount and the approximate maturity amount after 50 years if you save and invest rupees 500 every month for the next 50 years? So how much it will be? Option A, rupees 1.50 lakh and rupees 89 lakh. Next, wise words. A penny saved is a dollar earned. These words are said by Benjamin Franklin. Money grows on the tree of patience. These words are said by Anonymous. So the moral value for this lesson will be self-discipline and inculcating the habit of saving. Hope you understood this lesson, children. Thank you.